Welcome once again to this live. Now I am welcoming you to the second step of this application process, and that is knowing your sponsor and doing the application through the sponsor. So we have several sponsors that sponsor teachers to the US. So teachers cannot actually come alone. You must have a sponsor. You must be under a sponsor. A sponsor is somebody who is responsible for you, is responsible for your well-being, how you live in the US, the entire life. Your sponsor is supposed to know where you live, whether you have a problem or good. There are so many sponsors. Just to make a little bit of introduction, there are about 66 sponsors in the US, some of whom pay, or you have to pay for them to process your visa, not your visa, to process your paperwork and give you the necessary paperwork for you to apply for the visa. Excuse me. Others are actually free. But from doing your own documentation like passport, good conduct, they don't charge you. So there's so many. Let me just share a little bit of that. Okay, so there are number of sponsors, and I want to just go over them, but at the end I will give you three free ones from this list that I have worked with, and I know for sure they are free. The rest, and you should know that the rest are paying, and you should at least start with the ones that are free. No one wants to spend more time, more money, even when you don't have an offer letter from the school. So one is number one is French American School of Puget Sound, United States of Virgin Islands Department of Education, Utah State Office of Education, Alliance Applaud Group. So I will be telling you whether I know some of this. So like Alliance Abroad Group, I have known it. AAG, I know it. The Auti International School, I don't know that. US Employment LLC, Geovision, Dallas Independent School District, Global Ambassador Programs, International Expert Resources, International Leadership of Texas, Education Service Center Region, Global Educational Concepts. That one I know. I know Global Education Concept. That's called GEC. And then South Carolina Department of Education, Foreign Academic and Cultural Exchange Services, Palmetto Academic and Cultural Teachers, Northwest International Student Exchange, Ohio Department of Education. That is who? What is that? Calder Hall Foundation for International Education. French American School for New York of New York. Germany American Partnership Program. Institute of International Education. Lycée Francaise de New York. That one I've never heard of that. Okay, so we continue. We continue. World Zionists Organization, American Section. New Mexico State Department of Education. International Teacher Exchange Service, ITES. I've heard of that. I know that. I know the teachers that have been placed by that. Center for International Education, Educational Partners International. That is EPI. I've heard of that. And I know teachers that have been placed. Global Teachers Partners, Minnesota Department of Education. What is this? Lacey this words. Okay, that one. Teachers Council. Brooklyn High School. I've never heard of that. Lacey International. Massachusetts. Louisiana Department of Education. Council for Department of French and Louisiana. Kentucky Department of Education. Kansas State Department of Education. International School of Indiana. Sagamore Institute. Green Hat. I've heard of Green Hat. Chicago Public Schools. Illinois State. And then that is Peoria Public Schools. I've never heard of that. The last one is, the last part is Spirit Cultural Exchange. I've heard of that. Iowa Department, HRC International, Interlage. I've heard of Interlage. J1 Visa Exchange, Florida Department of Education, TPG Cultural Exchange. I've heard of that. Delaware Department of Education, Cultural Visas. Denver County School District, International School of Denver, Amity Institute. Amity, I've heard of that. California Department of Education. French. Excuse me. French. American International School. San Diego French American Intrax Teacher Exchange Program. Montessori Consortium of California. Camp Counselor USA, and Educational Services. So the ones that I think do not pay, I will say this. Take note, because I'm here to help you to start from where it's free. If you have to go to the ones that are being paid paid for, then that will be the last option. Okay. Number 1, TPG does not pay. Next, upwards, okay. Look at number, what number is this? It is called Palmetto Academic and Cultural Teachers. I have worked with it since I came here. It is free, inakulipisha mpaka ndege, inakulipia mpaka hoteli, ina make sure you are comfortable for 1 week in an hotel, and then after in 1 week you will have figured out nyumba yenye utarentisha, then utakuja utarent nyumba, you will be comfortable. This Palmetto Academic and Cultural Teachers watakuweka kwa insurance, and then for free, insurance for free. Okay, that's how wonderful they are. And then there's another one here called Foreign Academic and Cultural Exchange Services. That one is also free. Inakulipia ndege, inakulipia hoteli for 1 week, and then si ndio hiyo inakutafutia mpaka shule. Haikupei kazi, but inakutafutia shule ya interview, so you have to do the interview with the school. Lakini wakati umepita hiyo interview, then they'll facilitate your visa and you come, you reside in an hotel for 1 week. Wanakulipia ndege ndio inasumbua watu. Okay, so it's of high demand. So if you have to be patient, to be placed by this, especially this one, Foreign Academic and Cultural Exchange Services. You have to be patient. Otherwise, it can take longer than you expect. Okay, because it is free. Again, it doesn't mean that if you pay these others can be very, very, very expensive, as expensive as 2 million Kenyan shillings. Doesn't mean that that's a guarantee that you will be placed in a school. No, it's not a guarantee. So better start with the ones that are free. Okay. So I think that is enough for today. Continue subscribing and share this information to the people who don't know. As I said, people perish, people suffer for lack of information. People suffer for lack of this valuable information. Okay? So bye and see you next time.